Hi, I'm Carrie. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a VR to Candy Soul and Soil, and the hashtag she created called Collections Meet Decks. And this is where we take any other collection that we have and pair it to a tarot or oracle deck of some sort. And I'm sure this won't come as a surprise to anybody, but I have a very large collection of angels. Very large. Well, I can't say very large. My tarot collection outweighs anything else I own. So I have a large collection of angels. I probably have at least 25 different angel statues, and most of them are by the Boyd's brand, the Boyd's collection. So, and I can't even get these anymore. I don't think they even make this series any longer. But how the whole thing came about with collecting angels is ever since I was very young, very drawn to angels. Even when I was little, I had little tiny angel statues in my bedroom that were given to me by my grandparents and that sort of thing. And so I've always had an affinity for angels and angelic energy. And I really started experiencing that angelic energy in my life. It was mid to late teens. And then I've talked on this channel numerous times of my start in channeling angels, working with archangel energy, reading angel cards, and that sort. That's where everything started after I started developing my intuition and everything. So it's no surprise that I have a bunch of angel statues. Some I bought for myself. A lot of them have been gifts from other people. So I thought I would pair up my lovely angel statues to some of the decks that I own. So since I have this one here on my table, we're going to go ahead and start with her. And this is Christiana, and she is the guardian of secrets. And it says, speech is silver, silence is golden, which is a proverb on the bottom of her little figurine here. And this guardian is the epitome of a high priestess energy for me. As soon as I found her, I knew this was high priestess energy with wings, basically, is how I saw this angel. So she's very special to me, and she sits in a cabinet that I have in my living room so I can see her. I love this figurine so much. And the deck that I picked to go with it is Tarot Muha. First of all, I'm going to lay her down gently here. The coloring of her dress and the coloring of the box are almost identical. Move her out of the way. This deck, again, has the colorization of her. But I don't know why. When I got this deck, it spoke to me in such a different way. This is the High Priestess here with her book of knowledge here open on her lap, and her book of knowledge is sitting there closed in her palm. And this just makes me, that angel figurine makes me think that, you know, just because you have that knowledge, just because you know that thing, doesn't mean that you have to, you know, divulge it all the time. But anyway, this deck, when I got it, I could hear my spirit guides just speaking so clearly to me through this deck. And I got this deck many years after I had already developed my spiritual practice and worked with spirit guides, worked with angels and everything. And the tarot decks were just, they were tarot decks, and I did my readings with them and everything. And I connected to some better than others, and, that sort of thing. But for some reason, when I got this one, it just spoke so clearly. I could hear my guide's voice in it. I knew the guidance was coming directly from my guide through this deck, and that all the secrets, they have all that knowledge and everything that they can give to me if I'm open to receiving it. And that's why I picked this deck to pair to Christiana, because with her being the keeper of secrets, her having that knowledge, I feel that way about my guides that I interact with also, that they have that knowledge, that they know, and can help me with guidance along my path. So the next angel I am going to show is Aurora. She's the guardian of the night. If I could reach up and hold a star for every time you've made me smile, the entire evening sky would be in the palm of my hand. That is what is on the bottom of this. And she has gone through the ringer, and her little fingertips got broke off. Oh, I don't know. It was about 4 Christmases ago. I thought I had packed her carefully enough, because she sits out here in my tarot room. And when she got moved, her fingertips all broke off. And I can't replace her, so I have to love her with no fingertips and all. But the deck, I feel, is a direct match to Aurora, is The Earthly Souls and Spirits Moon Oracle by Terry Foss. This is the mass market edition, and there is a moon on almost every single card of this deck. And the colors, the blues, are very prominent in this deck, and I think it goes beautifully with her skirt. So that's why I picked this. And this is one of my favorite oracles to use. I just love the keywords on it, and I think it is gorgeous. It is beautiful, and it goes so well with so many different tarots. So I couldn't even think, I thought of Moonology, and I thought of my Moonology manifestation decks and those sort, but I just knew that this was the one that I would pair with her. Her being the guardian of the night sky, I just thought, and holding her little, I don't know, her little moon here that dangles off of her hand, I just thought that this was a perfect fit to go along. And I haven't used this deck in quite some time. When you start amassing so many in your collection and you're trying to get to all of them, but just flipping through it makes me long to work with this deck again, because I just think it is a great one and expansive with the single keyword on the bottom to use in a reading. So another angel that sits out in my spiritual space is well, look at that. Something I never noticed before. And now I'm going to point it out on camera. Her name is Aurora also. Apparently they forgot that they already named an angel. Aurora. Well, isn't that interesting? We have Aurora, guardian of the night sky, and now we have Aurora, guardian of dreams. Never noticed that. I have had these angels for I couldn't tell you how many years, but she is beautiful. I love the details of these angels, all the little beads in that are on her skirt and in her hair. She just looks like, she reached up, caught a star, and this is all like the stardust on her. I love it so much. She says, go confidently in the direction of your dreams. Live the life you've imagined, is what she says on the bottom of hers. Oh my God, I just find that funny. The two are called Aurora. But the one I picked to use or to match to her is the Dream Keeper's Tarot. If we're going to talk about dreams, and while they're talking about, you know, the dreams you have for your future and that, when I look at her, you automatically get pulled into the night aspect, the wishing on the star, and then what follows that is the dreams that you have when you sleep. That was my thought process to picking the deck. And I love the Dream Keeper's Tarot and that aspect that can tap you into that whole other realm if you wanted to. And I would love to do dream interpretation with this deck. I think that would be a cool thing to use this deck for, just with the way the images are on it and how some of these images speak to me that may be a little bit different than just the meaning of the card. So when I saw what she was the guardian of, I knew that this was the deck that I wanted to pair to her because, like I said, I just think it is. I mean, isn't this like a perfect match, this card between her and the Six of Cups there? So it's also sometimes in our dream state where we can connect to spirit, where we can connect to our higher self, where we can get messages from the guides, message from the universe, message from the divine, the angels, and so on, because we may have blocks up to that in our waking state. So that's another reason I connected this deck to her, because this deck can help bring those messages forward, something that you may be confused about but now you can seek guidance on, that you dreamt about or something along those lines. And I just think this, like I said, is a perfect match for the keeper or guardian of dreams. So our next angel that I have here to show you is Florimella, guardian of nature, and she is just the sweetest little thing. We've got a fox and a fawn and our little bunnies and a squirrel, and she looks like she's holding a dove, a white dove there. She's full of flowers and some greenery, and her wings have the green and like an orangish tint to them. We have our little like trumpet flowers, and she is one of my favorites because she's so detailed along the bottom of her with all of the animals that she has down here. And I love her so much. So the oracle that came to mind immediately, and I bet you could guess, before I even show it, and that is Woodland Wardens. I mean, you can't say guardian of nature, or is that correct? Yeah, guardian of nature of the animals, and not pick the Woodland Wardens oracle deck. I mean, look right here on top, we have our, well, this is a coyote, but it kind of looks like the little fox right there. But it was the only deck that came to mind whenever I pulled her out of the cabinet. And I do not use this deck that often. I'm going to be honest, I'm not as drawn to this deck as I am the animal spirits, or spirit animals, I think it's called, by Colette Baron Reed. But I just felt that this deck fit the aesthetics more of this angel. So that's why I chose it, because it's an animal deck after all. But it was just the way the animals are portrayed in this deck that felt like it fit my guardian of nature here. I don't know what my disconnect is when it comes to the Woodland Wardens, because I know that this is such a favorite for so many people. And I like the fact that it also has the plant association on the card also. I think there's just, maybe there's too many snakes in here for me. I don't know if that was what my issue is, but I want to love this. I want to love this as much as I love my other decks, but we're not one with each other just yet. So it just may take some time, but the pairing of this and that angel, I think, is divine. So another angel I have, this is Brooke, and she is the guardian of summer. Summer afternoon. To me, those have always been the two most beautiful words in the English language. Henry James is what's on the bottom of this. As soon as I saw her in the cabinet, I knew exactly what deck to pick to fit her, just from her coloring and the way she is dipping her toe into the brook that's right here in front of her, and she's holding her skirt up, and she has all this beautiful glitter that is throughout her gown. And the deck that I felt fit that energy most is Once Upon a Time Tarot, and the card right on top is the one that I thought of immediately when I saw her in the cabinet. But this angel is just, I don't know, there's just such a sweetness about her, and it's very, childlike, where she's holding her skirt up to step into the cool water of the stream and everything, and it just gives that childlike vibe to that. And what is summer but a time for children to play, and a time for children to have fun and to be with their friends and to explore and different things like that. And that is another reason why I picked the Once Upon a Time Tarot, because these are the stories of fairy tales and the tales that we tell our children. So, and the coloring of this purple and her purple dress and the suit of swords, I think, goes perfectly. There's another reason why I picked this, but the energies are a perfect match for one another, because in summertime, it's time to embrace that fun and carefree spirit and enjoy life to its fullest, because we have the warm weather and the sunshine, and that's what this deck is to me with the fairy tales. It is about embracing that inner child, embracing that fun, and yeah, just stepping into that energy. So I just thought this was an absolute perfect match for the guardian of summer. Now, I could not have a collection of angels without having a guardian of fall, because anybody who knows me knows that fall is my season. It is the time I feel like I come to life almost. It is the time that I enjoy being outside, is in the fall. I just love the sights and the smells and the sounds of fall. So I had to have a guardian of fall, and this is Autumn, is her name, and it's Angel of Fall's Splendor. And oh, I just love her. She is one of my favorites, with all the leaves that are painted onto her autumn dress. And she has her little green jacket and her halo of fall leaves around her, and the tint of orange to her wings. I just love everything about her. And she's holding a beautiful little fall leaf in her hands. And so the perfect deck I felt to go with her is my Green Witch Tarot. The Green Witch Tarot screams coziness to me. Now, I have the Cozy Witch Tarot, which also is the cozy vibe energy, but this just makes me feel like fall, takes you into winter. I used this deck all year round when I first got it. And now that I have obtained more witchy tarots, I can now section them out seasonally, basically. And I feel like the Green Witch is fitting into that autumn seasonal vibe for me for right now at this moment, and into the winter months. I just like the coziness of this deck right now. When I did that comparison between this deck and the Witch's Garden, and you could feel that spring energy in the Witch's Garden tarot, that's when this deck moved back a season for me, because I used to use this winter into spring, but now it feels more of a fall into winter deck for me. And just the coloring of the trees in some of the images, and you've got the apples on the table, that is such a fall vibe, and that's why I felt this fit perfectly with my Angel of Autumn or Angel of Fall. Her name is Autumn. Either way. So I just think that this is a great match to go with that vibe of that angel. And even though these are angels and, you know, definitely representative of those wings, they just do feel like the guardian of that season. All the ones that I've shown so far, they just, you could almost, if they didn't have angel wings to them, it would be like a goddess of that season or a goddess of that energy, or, you know, something along those lines. So I really like that I see them kind of in a dual role almost, not just sitting in that angelic energy. But yes, this Angel of Fall is definitely, I think, represented here in my Green Witch Tarot. So I have just a couple more angels left to show, and these are not of the Boyd's collection. This statue was gifted to me by a family member, and this is Archangel Michael with his foot upon, I believe this is supposed to be the devil here. Archangel Michael has played a huge role in my spiritual development and in my spiritual practice altogether. And this family member knew that, and they wanted to get me a representation of Michael to have in my spiritual space because of that. So he sits out here amongst all my other witchy vibe things. And matter of fact, he sits right next to a witch's bell. So he has to be shown in this video of my angel collection, because he is a very special energy for me in my practice altogether. So of course I'm going to use the Archangel Michael Sword of Light Oracle. Now I do have the old school Doreen Virtue Archangel Michael Oracle, and I love that one too. But this is the one that was closest at hand, so I could have shown, whoops, well, I guess it goes this way. I could have shown either one of these. I really do like this deck. It's very comforting whenever I need to just get a quick one card answer about something, or just feel that little bit of, you know, comfort from it. And I think this is a perfect representation of Archangel Michael energy. And when I experience his energy, I experience it in the colors of blue and gold, almost like this exact colorization right here. So this was a definite have to pick, like this, just like this. Definite have to pick when showing that statue, because I think this is a beautiful, like I said, representation of his energy. So my next to last angel that I am going to pair with a deck comes from this beauty right here. She isn't one of the Boyd's angels. As you can tell, her whole features and everything are different. She's not quite as detailed as the Boyd angels are, but she is, I just think, beautiful. She's just stunning, and this was gifted to me. She has a red hooded cape on, lined in fur, because she is the angel of winter. And as you can see right here, she's holding a little sign that says Happy Winter. And even though this may feel like a Christmas angel because of her red coat, which puts you in mind of Saint Nicholas, I still feel that this could take you through the winter season if you wanted to. And I have left her out for the winter season before. I love that she has the little snowflakes in her hair and throughout the trimmings of her dress and her coat here. And her wings are very small and pearlized. And I like the fact that they're small because they almost like fade into the background, believe it or not, and she almost feels like a goddess of winter, that representing that winter energy. So because of that, the deck that I am pairing with this angel is the Seasons of the Witch Yule Oracle. I love this oracle. It is one of my favorites along with the Samhain, probably because I've had them the longest. This deck to me is like the epitome of the Christmas Yule season and taking you into the beginnings of winter, because not only does it have the images and the cards that represent that holiday season, but it also brings you into that energy of the dark time of the year where we're going to go more inward. Things are getting colder, and we're focusing on our past year and in that reflection mode of where we want to go from here. And I just feel that this deck represents all of that. And the fact that she says Happy Winter on here, that's what winter is to me. It's where I take that time to reflect on everything I've gone through, everything I've done, accomplished, or haven't accomplished in the year prior, and what my goals are going to be for the coming year, or ideas that I would like to explore. Maybe not necessarily the full goal setting, but at least ideas that I would like to explore in the coming year. And I'm sorry if there's a lot of background noise in this section. We had a rainstorm come through, which cooled the temps down, and I have the windows open, and the birds are deciding to talk a lot. So in case you can hear them chirping in the background. But I mean, just this card, remembering, contemplation, and then you have that mistletoe. It's just, I think, a wonderful mix of preparing you for that almost hermit stage of reflection for the winter season. So I just thought that this was such a wonderful oracle to pair with that angel, especially with this gratitude, because that is an energy that I really step into during that holiday season, Yule season in December, is a place of gratitude for everything that I've been blessed with in my life, and hoping that I can pay forward some of those blessings to others also. So this is just such a perfect match for this little angel here that I had to make sure that I included this one. And the last angel I'm going to show is my willow tree angel, and she is the angel of hope. And I don't have a specific deck for her, and this is why. With her holding this little lantern here, and I have had her, God, forever. It has been so long. I've had all of these angels forever. But with this little lantern here, it really does put you in mind of that hermit energy, that inner reflection, that guiding light. And whenever I think of an angel of hope, or the star card, or that divine connection through this lantern of light, I could connect that to every single deck in my collection. Every single one can give guidance, which is what a lantern can help you do to pull you out of the dark. Every single one can help you move forward. And when you have hope, you're moving forward. You're not moving backward. You're not stuck in the past. You have that belief that there is something better on the horizon for you. So therefore, you're going to start moving towards it through that hope, or that hope is going to propel you towards it, I should say. So all of my decks could be represented by this one single little wooden angel here, this angel of hope. So that is a portion of my angel collection. Thanks so much, Candy, for creating this tag. I wasn't even sure I was going to be able to do it. I was like, what collections do I have? And lo and behold, this is what I have, a bunch of angels. So thanks so much for hanging out with me today. I really appreciate you being here. If you like it, give it a thumbs up, you know, all the good stuff. And until I see you next time, bye.